Hi, this is Angelique Roy, the Dining Diva. Today we're on top of a historic train station in Concord, Massachusetts at 80 Thoreau. We're talking to Chef Carolyn Johnson about some of the dishes she prepared today. Carolyn, can you tell us a little bit about what you made for us today?
Sure. So we'll start with the appetizer. It's a smoked bluefish pate. We make that in-house. We smoke the bluefish in-house and then puree it with some butter and lots of herbs and chilies and shallots. It's really rich, really smoky and salty, so it's a good way to get your appetite really sparked for the rest of your meal. We serve with a chili basil sauce, so we cook some sweet onions and chilies together and then puree that with basil. So it's a little sweet and spicy, so it's a really nice complement. Some fresh cherry tomatoes, pickled red onions that we make in-house, and then a few different kinds of toast. So it's a really nice sort of spread appetizer. We then have our Lobster Taglitelli, which is a great entry into fall for us here at 80 Thoreau. It's a house-made sage tagliatelle noodle. It's made with a sauce. There's lobster and lobster broth, a little brandy, caramelized pumpkin in there, and some escarole. Served over a roasted garlic creme fraiche, topped with a fried sage leaf. Then for dessert we have a mascarpone mousse, which is a really beautiful, light, delicately textured mousse. Served with honey. It's infused with a little bit of rosemary and fresh figs, walnut tuile, and a little bit of lemon gelée just to accent it.
Now I know you do a lot of local foods here. Can you please tell me the local components to each of the dishes?
Absolutely. So the bluefish, of course, is a great local summer fish. It was on our menu for a long time, so now we have the pate. The herbs that are in the pate, as well as the shallots and chilies, are all from local farms. Likewise, everything in the sauce, from the onions to the herbs and the chilies, are all from both Barrel Farm and Sweet Autumn Farm. And Applefield Farm brings us beautiful fennel that we use. The fronds are in the sauce as well. The cherry tomatoes, I believe those came from Barrel, though we've been getting some really beautiful ones from Blue Heron Farm in Lincoln. And the red onions actually came from Barrel Farm that we used in the beets they colored. So,
and how about for the pumpkin dish?
So the lobster pasta, the pumpkins all came from Applefield Farm in Stowe. Lobster, of course, is a great local delicacy, as we all know. There's some celery root in the vegetables that came from Barrel. The sage leaves came from Sweet Autumn Farm in Carlisle, and I'm sure there's the parsley is all from local farms. So yeah.
And why is the local component important?
There's a lot of reasons. I think it really builds a sense of community, especially out here where we're actually amongst all the farms. It's a great way to connect with other people in the community. But the biggest part of it, of course, is just the quality of having vegetables that are picked either the same day you get them or the day before. They're so fresh. They're picked when they're perfectly ripe, since they don't have to worry about shipping them across the country. So I really feel like just the quality is so much better. Especially, I've worked really hard to build relationships with all the farmers who grow our food. So, it's really, I feel like it means, much more when you actually know the person who grew your food.
Hi, we're in the wine cellar at 80 Thoreau talking to co-owner and maitre d' Vincent Vella about their wine selection here. Now, Vincent, how many wines do you have on your list?
Of course, so welcome to the cellar. We have about 140 selections on hand, and we keep about 2,000 bottles in inventory here at the restaurant.
Great, and how many are down here alone?
Down here, about just on this wall, we have about 1,100 wines just kind of racked away.
Great. A mix of new and old world?
Yeah, new and old world. Our half bottles, champagnes, full selections, and everything from California to Italy.
Now, what were you looking at in developing a wine list here?
For us, we were looking at having a diverse list representing a majority of the wine-producing regions in the world, and just wines that are also partial to us, wines that we really enjoy, wines that we would like to drink, and wines that we think the community would like as well.
Great. What are one of your favorite wines here?
One of my favorites is actually this one right here. This is The grape is Sagrantino. The producer is Paolo Bea. The vintage is 2005, and this is one of the wines that we picked up. We've had for about a year, and it's wonderful. Amazing blueberry notes. Not very easy to find, and just incredible. Such strong tannins, and this will be drinking well until probably 2019.
What are some of the dishes that you could pair that with?
Some of the dishes, I mean, almost. This one is very food friendly. That's why I really like it. So, I mean, wonderful with Carolyn's tagliatelle, especially with the lobster, but also worked very well with the sirloin as well. So you can't go wrong with that. And, of course, the roast chicken.
Great. That's it today from 80 Thoreau in the old train station. Just look for the blue door and come try the Lobster Taglitelli. We'll see you next week.